I mean, look, I watch the news and I see stories about kids getting arrested in school all the time.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that seems to be the policy now of the schools. Schools are a lot like prisons now, and I understand why the people that are running the schools are doing it is because um, they've been getting in trouble, for dealing with things in what the society calls the
Hmm.
wrong way. So now their default function is, well, if there's any kind of issue with anything, we're just going to call the police.
Yeah.
But when you call the police, that means charges are being filed. That's just the way it is. They
Uh-huh.
don't arrest, in 90% of the cases and not have something filed. But that affects a kid's life, Now you
Yeah.
have something filed, and it could or could not be something where they would say, oh, we want to charge this person as adult. I mean, there's just all kinds of ramifications. So I think it's extremely important to teach kids about how the system operates and what on a real level, what their rights are and what that means,
Hmm.
because our system isn't nice. It's not about it's about justice, but really it's what they call an adversarial system. I mean, which means it's war. So when you're going and a kid generally isn't taught that, they think, well, these are adults are supposed to be doing what's in my best interest, what's in everybody's best interest, but that's not the case in the criminal justice system. The case is that their job on the other side, their job is to bring the law to bear to the maximum extent against you, in the best way that they know how, to act as your adversary, like as your enemy. And
Yeah.
so I think that's why it's important for these kids to understand how that operates and what their rights are. Well, I mean, even just being in here, a lot of young people write me all the
Uh-huh.
time, and so I just try to give people the best advice that I know how to give them about dealing with life and things like that. And to me, the best thing that you can teach young people is how to control their own minds and to try to understand that how other people are operating. Um, I guess understanding that adults aren't perfect and they make mistakes just like everybody else, and because of that, understanding what their options are for dealing with situations rather than um, like children or young people, their minds aren't fully developed, so they tend to make snap judgments and things like that, and to not consider options that are out there because their brains are moving faster. And I think that helping young people learn about how to control their own minds through meditation and things like that is extremely important. I don't think that it's done enough. And so I would definitely want to get involved in something like that. And then with the juvenile justice system, I think the juvenile justice system itself is okay, but it's the transfer of juvenile justice to the adult system that there's a problem. And I mean, once that happens, generally they just treat a person like they're just an adult. But that's not the case. They're still a child. They're still going through, and they're not understanding things like an adult would. And so I think it's important for those kids to be more greatly informed about what's going on, so that hopefully they can understand it. And I would push for some kind of bill that says, that guardians ad litem should apply to people that are in the juvenile system as well as the adult system, based on their age, not just based on the procedures you're using to charge them and sentence them.